Star Trek Prodigy episode 19. This is the two-part finale of this season. Um, Even though it's really not a season, but if you go by how they're releasing these things on Blu-ray and how they release them on streaming, they're split into seasons. And what I mean by that is season 1 is 10 episodes on Blu-ray, and this is categorized as season 1 episode 19, but really they've dropped them in 10 episode bursts, so clearly these are meant to be season 1 and season 2, even though they were greenlit all as season 1. Very confusing. I don't like that kind of release strategy, because the goal with that kind of strategy is you greenlight a certain number of episodes, so that way if you decide that you want to cancel the show or not make another season, it makes it easier to do so, and you don't have to pay creators royalties. Crazy nonsense. But yeah, I'm excited for the end of this season. I really enjoyed this season. There's not a lot for me to talk about specifically in this episode, because this episode is very much a action focused episode. I could describe the action to you, but it doesn't really do much for me to do that, so I'm just going to talk about briefly what the plot of the episode is and then move on. Basically, we left off where we did last episode, where all those Federation ships, Janeway gets out of the ship, or gets out of the confinement she's in. And I like that this show has painted these villains as people who are upset by Starfleet. But you see a scene in this episode where Janeway admits a mistake that she had made. And so you see that clearly these people are not perfect. They're still people. So these villains are kind of misjudging what happened to them, and it's clearly setting up for some kind of reveal related to that, and that's interesting. I like that. And then our crew members fight to get out of the Starfleet, all the ships, and fight to get Gwen's father and all them off the ship, and they're able to successfully do so, leading us into the next episode. So this is just a really solid episode. I just really enjoy all these characters and dynamics, and I just want more Star Trek like this. This feels like the Tron Uprising of Star Trek shows. Now, if you don't know what that show is a show that was a sequel series or prequel series to Tron Legacy, and it is an awesome show. It was canceled way too soon, but it's basically a show that does so much expanding of the universe that it's better than some mainline products like the actual Tron movies. This show is better than some other Star Trek movies and shows. It's just that good. Awesome, awesome show, and I cannot wait for next week's episode.